From its shining star-topped South Mountain to the small trees and giant center tree along the hill-to-hill bridge, from the Central Moravian Tower and the tree atop Hotel Bethlehem to the shining candles in the windows of the Moravian residences and the newly renovated and decorated downtown area, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania has always celebrated the Christmas season in a spirit befitting its title of Christmas City, USA. But this year a new and unique event was added to the celebration, a live Christmas pageant performed by the citizens of the community. The Reverend Leonardo Iacchino originated the pageant when he noted that although the lights and the decorations of the city were indeed beautiful, he felt there should also be a soul or live spirit to the Christmas festivities. So he originated the concept of the live Christmas pageant for this purpose. He had organized a smaller pageant in the parish in which he was stationed. However, this year a committee of citizens formed to enlarge the idea to a citywide event. Members of the community from diverse backgrounds and occupations met throughout the course of the year to plan and organize the now citywide ecumenical event. From the start, one of the main concepts was to invite the involvement of all community members in the portrayal of the various roles of the Christmas story. In this way, the average citizen could be a part of this Christmas City event. Through the diligent work of the committee, overcoming many setbacks, and the generous donations of various individuals and groups, a beautiful live pageant took place with a splendid manger, live animals, handmade costumes, and most important of all, the hundreds of members of the community who participated and shared the experience. We would like to share that experience with you now through this film.
We would like to welcome all the members of Bethlehem and the Lehigh Valley community who have come today to share with us this live Christmas pageant. The pageant was originated by the Reverend Leonardo Iacchino, and this year it has become a citywide event. We hope that it is the beginning of a most unique tradition here in this Christmas city of Bethlehem.
In those days, Caesar Augustus published a decree ordering a census of the whole world. This first census took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. Everyone went to register, each to his own town. And so Joseph went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to David's town of Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to register with Mary, his espoused wife, who was with child.
And so, Mary and Joseph did indeed set out on their journey, as we see it symbolically portrayed here today. It was a long and arduous journey, marked by many hardships. Finally, exhausted, St. Joseph and Mary arrived at a small inn. St. Joseph pleaded with the owner, "What about you, ma'am? Have you any space at all? My wife's time is almost come. Please, have compassion for us." And the innkeeper replied, "I do have pity on you, but I have a big family and many relatives that have taken all the room I have in my house. I have only a humble stable to offer you, if you don't mind sharing it with my sheep. Come with me, and I'll show it to you." So it was in this way that the Son of God came to be born in the humblest of surroundings.
While they were there, the days of her confinement were complete. She gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the place where travelers lodged. There were shepherds in the locality, living in the fields and keeping night watch by turns over their flock. The angel of the Lord appeared to them, as the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were very much afraid. The angel said to them, "You have nothing to fear. I come to proclaim good news to you, tidings of great joy to be shared by the whole people. This day in David's city, a Savior has been born to you, the Messiah and Lord. Let this be a sign to you. In a manger you will find an infant wrapped in swaddling clothes." Suddenly, there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in high heaven, peace on earth to those on whom his favor rests." When the angels had returned to heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see this event which the Lord has made known to us." They went in haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in the manger. Once they saw, they understood what had been told them concerning this child. All who heard of it were astonished at the report given them by the shepherds. Mary treasured all these things and reflected upon them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, in accord with what had been told them.
And so, all of the shepherds surrounding Bethlehem came to offer their humble gifts. So too, the members of this modern-day Bethlehem community come to offer what humble gifts we may, symbolically reenacting that blessed night. men from the east arrived in Jerusalem inquiring, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We observed his star at its rising and have come to pay him homage." At this news, King Herod became greatly disturbed, and with him all of Jerusalem. He summoned the chief priests and scribes of the people. And inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. And the chief priests gave answer. "In Bethlehem of Judea," they informed him, "here is what the prophet has written. And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the princes of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people, Israel." Now Herod called the wise men aside and found out from them the exact time of the star's appearance. And then he sent them on their way to Bethlehem, after having instructed them, "Go and get detailed information about this child. When you have discovered something, report your findings to me, so that I may come and pay him homage too."
The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the poor baby.
After their audience with the king, the wise men set out. The star which they had observed at its rising went ahead of them until it came to rest over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star, and on entering the house, found the child with Mary, his mother.
In the beginning was the Word was in God's presence, and the Word was God. He was present to God in the beginning. Through him all things came into being, and apart from him nothing came to be. Whatever came to be in him found life, life for the light of men. The light shines on in darkness, a darkness that did not overcome it. The real light which gives light to every man was coming into the world. He was in the world, and through him the world was made. Yet the world did not know who he was. To his own he came, yet his own did not accept him. Any who did accept him, he empowered to become children of God. These are they who believe in his name, who were begotten not by blood, nor by carnal desire, nor by man's willing it, but by God. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us, and we have seen his glory, the glory of an only Son coming from the Father, filled with enduring love.
We would like to thank all those, much too numerous to mention individually, who in any way helped out with this year's live Christmas pageant, and to wish all of you here this afternoon a very blessed and Merry Christmas.
The chairman of this year's live Bethlehem Christmas Pageant was Charles Ryman. Co-chairpersons included Sandy Grammis, Paula Rosso, Brigida Iacono, Kathy Ryman, Bertie McCary, Dominic and Mary Biasini, John Cornish, and Bill Lettish. The secretary was Sandy Grammis. The treasurers were Paula Rosso and Bertie McCary. Ushers were provided by the Boy Scouts, Troop 322 of the Bethany United Church of Christ, Troop leader Bertram Beeler. Legal assistance was provided by attorney Jean F. Rascioli. Electrical work by Al Carpensy. Camels were funded by Mr. and Mrs. Charles Ryman. Costumes designed by Brigida Iacono. Sound was provided by James Landis. Donations for the barn construction were made by Dr. and Mrs. Dominic Rosso, David Grassi, and the city of Bethlehem. The barn was constructed under the direction of Charles Ryman by James Ryman, Lloyd Ryman, Chucky Ryman, David Grassi, the Biasini family, William Lettish, and students from Bethlehem Votech. Participating in the pageant were John Cornish as the narrator, with scripture readings by the Reverend Thomas Quammen and the Reverend William P. Dodd, Jr. Music was provided by Joe Quammen on guitar and vocals, and Pam Fischel and Doris Schuyler on auto harp and vocals. The heads of the various shepherd groups included Kathy Ryman, Paula Rosso, Julie Duro, Gary Martell, Debbie Rinker, Sandy Grammis, Andrew Fioca, Brigida Iacono, Diana Rosso, Bertie McCary, John Cornish, and Thomas Silvanic. In charge of the wise men's escorts was William Lettish. General coordinators were Sandy Grammis and Bertie McCary. The innkeeper was portrayed by Sandy Grammis. King Herod was portrayed by John Hawley, Jr. The three wise men were portrayed by John Hawley, Lloyd Ryman, and Dominic Biasini. The baby Jesus was portrayed by Mark Fioca, Mary by Dominique Rosso, and Joseph by Thomas Bailey. The high priest was portrayed by pageant chairman Charles Ryman. This film was produced by Mario Serra and Donna Shipman and made possible through the generosity of Dr. and Mrs. Dominic Rosso.